The Loneliest Man. Written by Debbie Robinson. Read by voice actor Ray Robinson. There is a man who lives in the mountains. He has no family and lives all alone in a beautiful wooden cabin. He grows his own food and has 2 sheep, 1 goat, and 2 cows. He also has many chickens. There is a small town at the bottom of the mountain, and he goes down the mountain only 2 times per year to get some supplies and other necessary items. Because he has no family and lives all alone, the people who live in the small town call him the loneliest man. Most of them do not even know his name. One day, the loneliest man is eating breakfast. His breakfast consists of oats and bananas. As he is drinking his coffee, he hears an unusual sound coming from outside. He stops eating to listen carefully. It is the sound of a dog. It sounds as if it is in pain. The man quickly goes outside and notices that the sound is coming from his well. He suddenly remembers that the well is not covered. He rushes over to the well and looks down into it. There is a small brown and white dog inside of the well. The small dog looks up at the man with pain in his eyes. Pain and hope. The man quickly grabs a long piece of wood and lowers it down inside the well. "Jump on the wood, little doggy. Jump on it and climb up." The brown and white dog jumps on the wood and climbs up. But as he is climbing up, the man notices that he is only using 3 of his legs. One of his legs is hurt. The man knows that the dog needs to see a veterinarian, but he begins to become very anxious. He does not like to go down the mountain and into town. It makes him very nervous to be around people, but he wraps the little dog up in a blanket and carries him down the mountain. When the people in the small town see him coming down the mountain, they are shocked. They begin to ask each other, "What is he doing? Why is the loneliest man coming to town today? It is not time for him to come to town at this time of the year. Is something wrong? What is he carrying in the blanket?" All of the townspeople are very confused. They have so many questions. The man walks past the people and stops at the office of the veterinarian. He opens the door and walks in. The vet is also shocked to see the man and quickly comes over to him. The loneliest man clears his throat and starts to speak. When he starts to speak, everyone in the office jumps. His voice is very deep, and very few people ever hear him speak. "The dog is hurt," he begins. "His leg may be broken." "Follow me, please," says the vet. The man follows the vet, and the vet very carefully takes the dog from the man and lays him on a table. The little dog begins to whine. After examining him, the vet verifies that yes, his leg is broken. The man looks very sad because he knows that he is at fault because he never covers his well. The veterinarian puts a cast on the dog's leg and gives the man specific instructions on how to care for him. He also gives him pain medicine for the dog. "Is this your dog?" asks the vet. The man lowers his head, clears his throat again, and says sadly, "No. He fell into my well. He doesn't have a collar, so I don't know who he belongs to." "Okay, so you do not have any food to feed him, is that correct?" "That is correct," says the man. The vet gives him enough food to last for several weeks. "Thank you," says the man. I can sell some of my chickens to pay you for everything." "That is not necessary," says the vet with a friendly smile. "Just take good care of him and bring him back to see me in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, I can see if the cast can be removed. What are you going to name him?" The man looks down at the dog and only says, "I don't know." "Okay," says the vet. "Please return in 6 weeks. If you need anything, please call me." The vet hands the man a card with his name and number on it. The man walks out of the office carrying the little dog and hoping that all things go well, because he does not have a phone. As he walks back up the mountain, the little dog stares into the man's eyes and then falls asleep. The man decides to call him Little Charlie. The weeks pass fast, and soon, Little Charlie is able to walk and run a bit. He has fun chasing the sheep, the chickens, and the goat. He becomes friends with all of them, but Little Charlie especially loves the loneliest man, and the loneliest man notices that he is not so lonely anymore. Finally, the day comes to take Little Charlie back to see the veterinarian. It is a long trip, so the man carries him all of the way down the mountain. Little Charlie has fun looking around and barking at the birds and the squirrels that he sees. The man enjoys watching Little Charlie having so much fun. The vet is very happy to see them, and he notices the happy expression on the face of the loneliest man. "Good afternoon," says the man cheerfully. "Little Charlie is here for his appointment." Everyone in the office is very surprised at how much the man has changed. He is smiling, and he even has a sense of humor. "Oh, so Little Charlie is his name?" "Yes," says the man with a big smile. "But," says the vet smiling, "isn't that your name?" "Well," says the man laughing, "yes, but without the little." The vet and the man start to laugh. As the vet is examining Little Charlie, he says, "His leg has healed very well. Good job, Mr. Charlie. You are taking very good care of him." "Thank you," says the man. "He is very easy to care for." The vet removes the cast from Little Charlie's leg. Then the man says, "I want to pay you for your services. There is a man who comes to my place often to buy chicken and eggs from me, so I have money today." "Very well," says the vet. "Do you also have enough money to buy more food for Little Charlie? The store across the street has good food and also toys for dogs and other pets." "Oh, really?" says the man. "Little Charlie likes to play with things around the house, but other toys are good too. Thank you very much." The man pays the vet and walks out whistling, and everyone in the office is amazed at the change in him. Little Charlie walks and runs more since his leg is completely healed, and the man notices that every day he disappears up and over the hill. The man does not worry about him because he always returns in a few hours. This happens day after day. Finally, one day when Little Charlie returns from his mysterious trip, he is not alone. A small female dog is with him. She is beautiful. Her fur is pure white, and she has one black paw. The man smiles and says, "Oh, so this explains your mysterious adventures." Little Charlie gently pushes the small female dog toward the man. She licks his hand. "Nice to meet you, little one," says the man smiling. At the end of the day, the little female dog disappears up and over the hill. But each morning, Little Charlie disappears and returns with her. They are very happy together, and the little white dog also loves the man. But their happiness soon comes to an end. The man and little Charlie go down the mountain often. Little Charlie loves going down the mountain to see the townspeople, and the townspeople love seeing little Charlie, as well as Mr. Charlie. They now call the loneliest man by his name because they notice that he is very happy and no longer lonely. One day, as they go down into town, the man notices that everyone is staring at him. They are very sad. The man begins to wonder, why is everyone so sad? The vet sees Mr. Charlie and asks him to come into his office. "I'm afraid that I have some very bad news," says the vet sadly. The man is very worried. The vet hands Mr. Charlie a paper. "What is it?" asks the man, taking the paper from the vet. He looks at the paper. It has a picture of little Charlie on it. "Oh no." The man is devastated. "I'm really sorry," says the vet, looking downward. Just then, the door opens, and a lady walks in. Little Charlie starts to bark loudly. He jumps out of the man's arms and into the arms of the lady. "Oh, here you are. I have been looking for you for weeks." She then looks at the man. "The townspeople tell me that you are taking good care of him. Thank you so much for taking good care of him. Do I owe you anything?" The man quickly says, "No, of course not. He is easy to take care of." He pauses and asks, "Where do you live?" "We live over in the next town. Thank you again." The man is silent. The vet is silent. Everyone in the office is silent. Silent and sad. "Well, we must go now. Bye. Thanks again." The lady leaves with little Charlie. The man goes out of the office and walks past the townspeople. He walks up the mountain alone, his eyes filled with tears that roll down his face. He is again the loneliest man. The very next day, the loneliest man is eating breakfast. His breakfast consists of oats and bananas. He is drinking his coffee. He hears an unusual sound coming from outside. He stops eating to listen carefully. It is the sound of a dog. The dog is whining and scratching on the door. The man opens the door. It is the white female dog with a black paw. "You are looking for little Charlie," the man says sadly. "He is not here." As the man bends down to pick her up, he sees not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 little puppies with her. All of the puppies look like their mother, pure white, with a black paw, except for one. One looks exactly like little Charlie, except she has a black paw. The mother and puppies spend the day with the man, and at the end of the day, they all go back up the hill. They all go except one. The one who looks like little Charlie stays behind. The man calls her Charlie Girl. For more stories about the loneliest man, please subscribe.